Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are back. I'm really excited about today's video. I've been wanting to do this for a little bit now as my channel's been up for a little while. You've seen some videos from me. I thought it'd be a really fun way to just get a little more personal, answer some questions, and maybe make you guys just feel like you get to know me a little bit more. So I just did my makeup today for work. I added a red lip to be a little bit extra glam and answered questions while I got ready. I also thought it'd be kind of a cool way to open up my space. So this is my first video where you actually see my bedroom behind me, and I thought it was a great video to do that since I'm getting more personal with you guys, and thought it'd be kind of just a cool different element to add to this video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get these questions started. I pulled this randomly up on Google and found common questions to get to know someone. So I thought it'd be really fun. So let's see what kind of questions we have. Okay, so first, my current mood. What is my current mood? My current mood is content, happy. I'm doing makeup, so that always makes me happy. So yeah, I would say happy and content. Good answer. My age, how old am I? I just turned 30 this year. 30, that was a big birthday. But really exciting. I'm excited for this new decade, to have my 20s behind me, and I'm just feeling like you really kind of come into your own. So it's an exciting time. I'm really excited to be 30 actually. So let's see, what's the next one? What is the last song I listened to? I had some clients and I had my Pandora on, and I believe it was Ed Sheeran Perfect that was playing. My favorite song, what is my favorite song? Oh man, that is hard. Oh, I hate questions like this. I'm so bad at, how am I supposed to answer that? Favorite song, favorite song, favorite song. Skipping this question, too hard. Next question, where would I like to travel? Oh man, well, I actually, fun fact, this is not even a question on here, I don't think. I did briefly work as a flight attendant for a little over a year. And that was so fun. I was single and traveling, and that was really an exciting time in my life. It was a very big learning experience for me. As far as places I would still love to go, I would still love to go over into Europe. I am half Italian, so that is a big part of my upbringing, my family life. So that would be absolutely amazing. I would love to go to Ireland. I have been to Scotland, but I would love to go out to Ireland. I think that would just be an incredible experience. New Zealand would be really amazing. Gosh, there's so many places. Croatia, I've heard is amazing. I would love to do that. So many good spots. The story of your last kiss. About 30 minutes ago downstairs, I was visiting with my husband. He gave me a little kiss before I came up here. That was that. Where would you like to be right now? Oh, God. On vacation. My life is so crazy busy. Somewhere on a beach, relaxing, getting a nice little sun-kissed tan. Of course, using SPF, protect your skin, protect your skin, protect your skin. But yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to be on vacation right now. One of my insecurities. I'll get real personal with you guys. So, and again, this is another beautiful thing of being in my 30s now and also just older. Even my late 20s, it's just a lot of growth. So growing up, probably one of my absolute biggest insecurities that I have had is my ears. I have very little ears, but they stick out a little bit. And I was so insecure about it growing up. Like, I would beg my mom and dad to let me have surgery to pin them back. Like, I would get teased about them. Like, it was terrible. It was terrible. And now that I'm older, they still stick out a little bit, but you know what? I've learned to embrace them, and they are part of who I am. They don't bother me anymore. But that is the biggest insecurity that I have ever had, physically. But I've learned to love them, and it's part of who I am. Let's see, next question. Hugs or kisses? Oh gosh. I feel like if you had to choose, kisses. Like, I couldn't imagine not kissing my husband. But hugging is so like emotionally important. But I guess if I had to pick one, I would pick kisses. Any siblings? Yes. Oh my gosh, my family is the best. So I am a huge family-oriented person. My family is everything to me. I have 4 siblings. So I come from a very loud and fantastic family. I have 3 sisters and 1 brother. And I have the best brother in the entire world. He was a brother that never was like upset he had all of us sisters and, you know, like complained all the time. He wasn't like that. He is always been our biggest support. He is number 4 in the lineup, so he's actually younger than the 3 of us older girls, but he was always our protector and always looks out for us. And we always said, you're gonna make the best husband and father because you've grown up with all these women. And it really is true. So my brother's been married now for going on, I think, almost 3 years this year. And I love my sister-in-law. And they actually had their first child, which was a baby girl, this last August. So she is gonna be almost a year already, which I cannot believe. And they're pregnant with their second baby, which we don't know what the gender is yet, but he has been an absolutely incredible husband and father, which I knew he would. So it's been really amazing to see him step into those roles and just be amazing to his wife and daughter. So I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of all my siblings. Craziest thing I've ever done? Oh man. So I'm not like a thrill seeker or anything like that. Gosh, craziest thing I've ever done? I honestly feel like, I mean, I've jumped off a 40-foot cliff in Jamaica. That was pretty daring because I don't do stuff like that. But when I think of like a really crazy, brave thing, I would probably say taking the job as a flight attendant, leaving my career that I had already built up where I had been raised and where I lived, leaving all my clientele to move away from family, not know where I was gonna live, and just totally trust God that, you know, that he had me, which he did. And I just knew in my spirit I was supposed to do it, and I did. And honestly, that led me to not only a lot of just self-learning and discovering, but grew my faith, and it led me to meet my husband. So it was an amazing experience, but it was crazy. I mean, my family's always supported me in things I've done, and they of course supported me and had my back, but it was kind of like, what are you doing? Like, are you sure this is something you should do? Like, that you want to do this and you don't know where you're gonna be, and could you do something closer to home? But they still supported me, and you know, I've just been so thrilled to see how my life has evolved now in the last like 3 years. Next question. Quote you live by. One of the major quotes I live by is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. There is not enough love in this world by any means. There just is not. And doing unto others as you would have them do unto you, I mean, how would you want to be treated, you know? And it just easily puts things into perspective to treat others as you would want them to treat you and how you'd want to be treated, and, you know, to love people and be kind and, you know, encourage each other and not tear each other down. And so that is a really important one. Let's see, next question. One of my fears, I do not like confined, closed-in spaces. I am a little bit claustrophobic, like held where I can't move, or, you know, weird things like that. I don't like the dark, like being closed in somewhere. I immediately get anxious, and I'm really, really, nervous and that kind of stuff. So that is definitely pretty much, I would say, one of my only main fears. I'm not really fearful of too much. I mean, I hate snakes and spiders and stuff, but like a fear, like I just anxiety immediately when it's like confined. If I'm stuck somewhere, you know, like if I were to be stuck in an elevator or something, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. One of my passions, I would say, honestly, when I think of why I even went into this industry in the first place, I just always had a love for encouraging people to feel good about themselves and, you know, put your best foot forward and things like that. So I'm really passionate about that. So I love when I get done with, you know, whether I'm doing hair and makeup now or eyelashes or something on someone, and they just feel enhanced, they feel like a better version of themselves and feel a little more confident and carry themselves better. Like, I love that I am passionate about that. When you see their eyes light up and, you know, or they get a compliment or something, or they message you after and be like, oh my gosh, my husband loved my hair or whatever, you know, those things, that is what I'm passionate about and why I love doing what I do. So it's a really awesome gift, really. I feel like I get to give people a lot with what I do in my field. So I'm passionate about that, most definitely. Okay, so next question. Is there anyone you wish you were with? I guess when I read that, I was like, what is that question supposed to mean? I guess when I think about it, if I could say if I was with someone right now, I wish I was with my niece and my 2 nephews. Being an aunt totally changed my life. And I am obsessed with those little humans. They are the coolest little people. So if I could be with someone right now, I wish I could be with those little peanuts and be playing and stuff like that today. That would be really, really amazing. Describe your best friend. Oh man, okay. So I have to say, my absolute best friend is my friend Chelsea. My friend Chelsea, she and I became friends when I pretty much was, I would say, gosh, my 20. We've been good friends now for the last like 10 years. And I feel like our friendship, well, my 20s, that's a whole nother story. I've went through so many different things and changes and stuff in my 20s. And same for her too, you know, big moments. So seeing each other with marriage and, you know, I was married actually when I was really young, and I did go through a divorce, and that was the toughest thing that I've went through, you know, and I was young, and both actually Chelsea and her husband are great friends of mine, and they have just been there with me through everything. Like absolutely everything. And then they've had 2 babies that I've got to see. Of course, then they've been with me now as I'm with my wonderful husband, Vincent, and just seen God do so many miraculous things in my life over the last 10 years. And so we've just been through so much and so many monumental, huge moments that when I look at like a best friend and I look at the things I had to go through and that she stuck by me and has just always been there, and we always just pick up right where we leave off whenever I see her. Like, she is an absolute sister to me, and I adore her. And of course, we just, you know, talk nonstop when we're together. We have the same interests. We're very similar morally and how we were raised. And so she is just a gem, an absolute gem. And like, I don't know what I would do without her. And even though like we're miles apart now, it's just like in my heart, it's just like comforting knowing you have someone out there that's just like a sister like that. So I love you, Chelsea. Mwah. Love you. What does the last text you sent say? Literally the last text I sent was to my husband. He is in his office right next door, and I asked him to close the office door so that the audio didn't pick up any noise from him working in there. So not really exciting, but that was my last text. Okay, let's see. Next question. Where was I born? So I was born in Portola, California. I actually just posted a vlog where my husband and I just went out to California for actually a work trip. We were working a wedding together, And while we were out there, I was actually able to take him to where I was born, and you'll see it. I'll link that video below. It was really, really fun. I got to see my grandma and my aunt and things like that while I was out there, which was really, really cool. But I was born in Portola, California. So I was actually out in the northern part of California until I was 5. And then from there, my parents moved us out to the Midwest, and I was raised in Wisconsin. So I am a Midwest girl, really, when it comes down to it, just because I was only in California till I was 5. But yeah, so I was raised in Wisconsin. My dad is from Chicago. My mom is born and raised in California, so she was a West Coast girl. And yeah, so went from the West Coast being born to living in the Midwest to now being settled on the East Coast here in Orlando, Florida. Crazy, right? So just totally all the way across. Pretty cool. Okay, so next question. Someone I miss. My mom. I miss my mom. My mom and I are really, really close. She, I can truly say, is a best friend to me. And I love being here in Florida, but I do miss my family, of course. We're all really close, and you know, I miss out on a lot with the little ones now, which is probably the hardest part. But definitely I miss my mom. You know, I think just you really grow to appreciate your parents when you're adults, and you understand so much more as an adult about maybe things your parents went through when they were younger. And I don't know, it's just a whole nother level where it's not only just you know, my parents were great about being our parents first, and but now I can truly say, you know, my parents are wonderful friends, and I can talk to them about anything, and I just always go to them for advice about things, and I just appreciate them. So my mama's who I miss. What upsets me the most? Honestly, what upsets me the most, there's a few things that I just really can't, that drive me crazy. I hate gossiping. I really hate when people are talking about other people, because you know what? You do not know what people deal with on a daily basis, and I just think it's mean to talk about other people when it's under the context of being gossiping, you know, gossipy and stuff. I can't stand that. Do you want to get married? Funny question. Well, obviously I am married. I've talked about my husband a few times, but prior, yes, I was to the place where I wanted to be married. I've always been very family oriented. So for me, I was always wanting to be married and settle down and have a family. So it's really important to me. My happiest moment. Oh gosh. Well, how do you answer that? Happiest moment? Gosh, there's too many. I mean, like when I think obviously being married, my wedding day was amazing. And like probably other than that, when I think of my nephew being born, I actually got to be in the hospital room, and I was holding one of my sister's legs while she was pushing, and it was the most magical experience. And to be in the room when a new life came into the world, like that is just indescribable. Like that was like, I don't even have words to describe it. It was beautiful. So that was probably like one of my most, when I think of like my overall life, that was absolutely amazing. Any guilty pleasures? Guilty pleasure. No, I don't really have one. All right, let's see. Another question. Where did you go to school? So of course, growing up, I actually homeschooled when I was little, and then went into a Christian private school for quite a few years, and then moved and went into public school for a while, and then went back into homeschool and actually graduated high school homeschooling. And then for cosmetology, I went to school at the Salon Professional Academy in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. It is now, I believe, the Premier Design Academy, but it was a T-Spa school. So I went and got my licensing in the state of Wisconsin originally. And now, of course, I have my license here in Florida as well. So that is where I went to school. All right, next question. What is a favorite pastime? Reading. I, growing up, was a major bookworm, like major. And I still love to read. I just feel like I'm such a busy person now. I never hardly get to read, but I love to read. I just love letting your mind take you somewhere and you are envisioning and like, you know, it's different than watching a movie, obviously. And so I just love how you have to, it's like you kind of create a little world in your head and it's just nice. It's quiet, you know, peaceful. It's just a wonderful pastime. It's exercising your brain. I just love everything about reading. So that is probably one of my favorite pastimes when I have time to actually do it. Okay, next question. What is your favorite meal? I would have to say my favorite meal would be linguine and clam pasta. It is an Italian staple. It is incredible. My dad makes the best in the entire world, and usually whenever I can pick something, he knows that's usually my jam. Like, it's like if Christina's gonna want something, it's gonna be linguine and clams. He makes his, it's like a delicious white sauce and it's got capers in it and it's kind of tangy, and then you have the little bit of salty seafood from the clams. Ugh, and then it's in the linguine pasta and it's like juicy. It's not like a thick pasty kind of pasta or sauce. It's just creamy and it's literally, it's my favorite. Next question. What made you start YouTube? What made me start YouTube? Honestly, gosh, I've loved watching YouTube for a long time, and there's so many amazing people out there, and I love just like the connection you can make with just people. And I love what I do, and I love talking about what I do, and even kind of like in the realm of teaching. I really do enjoy that. And I feel like my life, you know, it is hectic, and this is kind of something I could do for myself. When I really thought of some things that I wanted to do, it's like an escape for me. I get to do what I love to do without any outside influence. So it's like, what do I feel like doing today? What colors do I want to play with? What do I want? You know, it's totally personal, and it's my own space, and it's just fun to just let your creativity just kind of go. And I feel like it's just a way for me to have an outlet for myself and express myself and connect with people, and all while doing things that I love to do. And it's such an amazing thing, really, when you think about YouTube and how it works and the beauty community, you know, the different influencers and different talents that are out there that share. I'm so thankful that people have put themselves out there that I've been able to watch and learn from. And it's like, man, like if I could be a blessing to people, or, you know, also just doing something I love and having fun, and again, kind of like with no, for instance, like when I do hair and makeup on people and they're out telling me what they want me to do, like this is like totally me, and like I can do what I want, and it's that freedom in it and expression, and it's just awesome. Like, it's just awesome. I love it. Okay. Next question. If you have a significant other, how did you meet them? Okay. Well, again, you all know I'm married. I've said that. So how did I meet my husband? Okay. So I actually met my husband on a dating app. It was Bumble, believe it or not. We actually did a really fun video of like our story when we were engaged before we got married, and I love that video. And it was crazy. I'd never done any online dating before, had no desire to, but I was really wanting to meet someone, and I had some girlfriends that had had success doing it and was kind of just encouraged to like give it a shot. And really it was kind of like, even with the hesitancy, it finally was like, well, if you don't like it, then you don't have to do it. You know, you can just get off the app. And it was kind of like, okay, that's pretty valid. And on my husband's side, it was the same for him. He had a friend who had met his fiance and was encouraging my husband to try it. And we both were busy working and, you know, just not having luck really on our own organically. And when you're busy and stuff like that too, it's just challenging. So we both were encouraged by our friends to try it, and it was obviously a great decision on our part to give it a shot because we connected. And yeah, that's how we met. So thank you, Bumble, for bringing me my husband. So I think it's pretty cool. We live in a, you know, the modern times with technology, things like that. And I say give it a go. If you want to meet someone, why not? You know, the internet is the way of today, so don't be scared. Okay, so I'm gonna do my lip real quick, and then I'll probably answer one more question, and then we'll wrap up the video, okay? Okay guys, my lip is done, my setting spray. I ended up going with a kind of a red lip today, which I wasn't really planning, but I'm kind of digging it. You know, just kind of glammed it up a little bit, gave it a little extra something. Okay, so last question, and then this video will be a wrap. So let's see. Last question. Am I neat or messy? I am extremely neat. I am a clean freak. Growing up, my dad raised us very clean. You know, we were always doing chores growing up, and I just really love a clean home and my space clean. So I am extremely, extremely, extremely clean. Okay guys, that is a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know I certainly did. I had a lot of fun. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you did. You can click that subscribe button. Also make sure you ring that bell so that you get notified when I upload new videos. I have new videos every week. I look forward to having you guys continue on this journey with me. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this one. Give me feedback in the comments. I always appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.